The forgotten toy. Some things are best left lost. This old, damaged doll with its single, unblinking eye is a chilling reminder of childhood fears. Lila Rowan had not planned on returning to her childhood home so soon, but the old house had been left in her name after her mother passed. It stood on the edge of Briarwick Forest, its white paint peeling and its porch sagging like a weary sigh. She had not walked through its doors in nearly 15 years. Even as she turned the key in the rusty lock, she felt the same strange pressure in her chest she'd known as a child, like invisible fingers pressing gently against her ribs. Inside, the air smelled of cold dust and old wood. Sunlight filtered through the curtains in uneven stripes, illuminating motes that drifted like tiny ghosts. Lila set down her bag and exhaled, surveying the living room, the cracked wallpaper, the familiar creak of the staircase. Nothing had changed, and that should have comforted her. But instead, unease curled in her stomach. She made her way upstairs, footsteps muffled by the worn carpet, until she reached her old room. The door stuck for a moment before finally groaning open. Everything was exactly as she remembered. The bookshelf, the faded posters, the tiny desk by the window. But something was missing, the one thing she hoped never to see again. She swallowed hard. Maybe her mother had thrown it out. Maybe it had rotted away in the attic. Maybe finally it was gone. But just as that hopeful thought crossed her mind, she heard it. A soft thud from somewhere deeper in the house. Lila froze. Another thud. Then a slow, dragging scrape. It was coming from the attic. Every instinct told her to ignore it, to walk out of the house and never return. But part of her, a stubborn part shaped by grief, duty, and long-buried questions, pushed her forward. She made her way to the narrow hallway and pulled down the attic ladder. The hinges screeched. Cold air spilled out like a sigh. She climbed slowly, each rung trembling under her weight. The attic smelled of mildew and forgotten years. Boxes were stacked high, covered in cobwebs. The single bulb flickered when she pulled the chain, casting the room in a dim amber glow. And there in the far corner sat the doll. Lila's breath hitched. Its porcelain face was cracked, its once blonde hair matted and gray. But the worst part was the eye. The single glass eye that stared unblinking, untouched by time, fixed straight at her as if it had been waiting. She took a step back, heart hammering. "You weren't here," she whispered. "I left you behind." As a child, that doll had terrified her. Not at first. It had been a birthday gift from her father before he disappeared. Just walked into the forest one morning and never came back. The doll had been found on the porch the next day, sitting upright, untouched by rain or dirt. Lila remembered waking each night to find it in a different place in her room. Her mother never believed her, said she was dreaming. But Lila remembered the sound, the soft shuffle like tiny wooden feet tapping the floor. She had thrown it in the garbage the week she turned 13. So how was it here? She approached slowly, each step weighted with dread. A gust of wind rattled the attic window, and the bulb flickered again, then stopped. Darkness swallowed everything. Lila's breath turned to ice. She fumbled for her phone, its small glow slicing through the shadows. The doll was no longer in the corner, sat 3 feet closer. Lila stumbled backward, her throat tightening. No, no, no. The air warped around her, thickening. She heard it then, the shuffle of something tiny dragging itself across the floor. The doll moved again, impossibly fast, its head twitching to the side with a soft crack. And then it spoke. Its voice was no louder than a breath, but it slithered into her ears. "Lila, you left me." She bolted for the ladder, slipping on the wood, scrambling downward as cold little fingertips brushed her ankle. She fell the last 3 steps, landing hard, and slammed the attic door shut. Her entire body trembled as she shoved a chair beneath the handle. Silence. Then a soft tap from the other side. Tap tap. Lila backed away, choking on air. She had to leave now. She grabbed her keys, ran for the door, and wrenched it open, only to freeze. The doll sat on the porch, its cracked face tilted up, one arm extended, reaching. Behind it, the forest loomed dark and hungry. A whisper drifted toward her on the breeze. "Come back. You forgot something." The air grew colder. Beneath the doll's porcelain shell, something moved. Something that shifted like breathing. Lila stumbled backward, slamming the door, locking it, her heart pounding against her ribs like a trapped animal. Minutes passed. Maybe hours. She didn't dare look outside. When dawn finally arrived, she cracked the door open with trembling fingers. The porch was empty. Only a single small footprint, like that of a child, marked the wooden plank. Lila backed away slowly. She would leave the house behind. Sell it. Burn it. Anything to ensure she never returned. But as she grabbed her suitcase, she heard it one last time. A soft whisper, coming from beneath the floorboards. "Found you." Some things, Lila realized with a shiver piercing her soul, are best left lost. And the forgotten toy was never truly forgotten.